when we're not speaking, correct?
Yes, that'd be great. Wonderful. Welcome everyone to the Regional Admission Counselors of California College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Becca Russo and I will be facilitating this event. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for more. The presentation is being recorded and will be available on the website where you signed up, strivescan.com/RACC. So now I'd like to turn it over to our presenters. First up, we have The Ohio State University.
Good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you're logging in from. My name is Antonio Serrano. I am actually logging in from Miami, Florida, covering for my colleague, Caitlin James, who is the West Coast Regional for The Ohio State University. I'm going to put her contact information in the chat for you. We are The Ohio State University. This is Caitlin's information, and let's get started. All right, so Ohio State. The Ohio State. Ohio State is one of the largest and most comprehensive public institutions in the world, actually in the top 3 in the world. Just over 46,000 undergraduate students at Ohio State. We're in the 14th largest city in the United States. We have a lot of fun statistics up on the screen for you. I would say overall, if you're a student who knows exactly what you want to do or a student who has no idea what you want to do, Ohio State's probably a good fit for you. I like to say that because we have some really awesome majors in the College of Engineering, business. We're going to talk a little bit more about all those things. But if you are undecided, choosing an institution that has over 200 plus majors and over 500 minors, this is a great place to explore, to come and learn about majors that you may never have heard of in the past. A lot of students in their high school years are thinking about, business, pre-med, some of those types of popular things like psychology. But you might find a true passion with a lot of career opportunities at our school, such as Ohio State. There's a big misconception about going to a big school that you're going to have all big classes. We have a 19-to-1 student-teacher ratio at Ohio State. So with a large student population, we also have a large faculty. 80% of our freshman classes have fewer than 50 students. And so you do get a lot of individualized attention. You will have access to your faculty. And it's just an amazing place to spread your wings, to have a really great city, and kind of have the academics to go along with that. So here we have all the different colleges within our university system. Like I said, these colleges all host their own majors. And when you look at the entirety of the student population, around 46,000 undergrads, that's not who you're going to school with on a regular basis. So your groupings and your communities become smaller once you enter into these colleges within the university system. For example, our John Glenn College of Public Affairs, we usually have about 50 students start in that program a year. And so they have a really close-knit community within the John Glenn College of Public Affairs. We're really well known for veterinary medicine, engineering. Our Fisher College of Business is a highly ranked public business program. We have an outstanding nursing program at Ohio State. Of course, we have the Wexner Medical Center and an amazing medical school. So all of our pre-med programs, really amazing opportunities for students in all these different areas. So not only are we a strong academic school, we're a tier 1 research institution. What does that mean? That means our faculty are committed to doing research. They're experts in their fields of study. So they're not just teaching off a curriculum, but they're bringing real world knowledge to the classroom on a regular basis. So imagine you're in a classroom and you're not just doing curriculum, but you're actually putting the theories to test, and you're getting up-to-date current information on how things are being done. This is an amazing opportunity. So while we're a research institution, we're also really well known as an undergraduate teaching institution. So you will be able to have connections with your faculty. They will be the ones teaching your classes. They provide you office hours, so you'll have access to them on a regular basis. You'll be able to do tier 1 research level work, which is federally funded research opportunities that you can only find at a school like Ohio State. So coming into a large school could be intimidating for a lot of students, but we've been doing large for a very long time. And so 94% of our freshmen that we admit come back for their sophomore year. Students from schools from all over the country look to Ohio State to see how we managed to bring a class of 8,500 freshmen and have 94% of them return back for their sophomore year. And it's through a series of different things. So we are making sure that students are not just in the classroom, but they're putting their experiences outside the classroom as well. So whether that's through the research opportunities, our amazing study abroad opportunities, our proximity to our downtown as the state capital with internships and job opportunities, these are all things that really incorporate that other side of the academic life that's really important. Also through our digital flagship program, which is a partnership with Apple Computers and the Ohio State University, every one of our incoming freshmen do receive an Apple iPad. It's to be used as part of your overall academic experience. And then through our first year experience program, where you'll have a dedicated faculty advisor, as well as a peer mentor to help you through that entire first year to make sure that you're acclimated well. We're going to continue that support into your sophomore year through our second year transformational experience program. All right, so our Moral Scholarship Program is an outstanding scholarship. It's a full ride scholarship to Ohio State for our out-of-state students. If you are committed to diversity or you're doing social justice initiatives now, take a look at our Moral Scholarship Program. Like I said, full tuition scholarship for out-of-state students. Also, if you're an academically strong student, you may want to consider our honors program or our scholars program. You would apply to both those programs at the time of application. Columbus, Ohio is the 14th largest city in the United States, a beautiful downtown environment to spread your wings and really enjoy yourself as a student. I'm going to go a little bit faster because I see my cue is coming up. We're ranked as one of the top 15 schools for LGBT students, great diversity in the city of Columbus. So if you're looking for a diverse and welcoming city, Columbus is your place. Overall, Ohio State is full of tradition and school spirit. So if you're looking for that quintessential American experience, give Ohio State a shot. Thank you.
Thank you, Antonio. Up next, we have the University of Illinois at Chicago.
All right, so it's a pleasure to virtually see you guys, and thanks for coming out today. So my name is Nita, and I represent West Coast admissions for UIC, as we call the University of Illinois Chicago. As you can see, Chicago is pretty vast. This is our campus, which is about 240 acres. So it's pretty big, about 21,000 students, and I'm going to speak a little more on it. So we'll kind of very briefly, Chicagoans talk fast, so you'll hear me speak fast and gregarious, but the best way to reach me is admissions@uic.edu, but these are kind of some of the things that we're going to discuss today briefly. So people forget, they think Chicago is just about snow and snowflakes and wind, but we actually have beaches and lakes and lots of things to do. So I love to tout the city because it's really the heart of who we are at UIC. We have what's called Doggy Palooza, which is an after finals event where students get to go pet service dogs and kind of de-stress. We have major celebrity events with people from Travis Scott to the Wayans brothers, etc. We try to encompass fun into your education. You're about 3.5 or 4 hours from the West Coast, and we have 2 major airports that'll get you home quickly. So everything from shopping, museums, pizza, Navy Pier, these are all the things that you can do in Chicago. You also have an ample amount of opportunities like Google, which is an internship 2 blocks from us, McDonald's corporate headquarters. You get a free 24/7, it's called a U-Pass. They get you all around Chicago. And if you do live in our dorms, you get free laundry. You don't have to live on campus freshman year. These are some of the awards we've been touted with. I would say the Wall Street Journal is probably the most close to heart for me because we are a public university and we try to make education transformative, but also affordable for students. So even, we're going to talk about scholarships later, but we have a scholarship that makes, called the Merit Scholarship, that makes tuition comparable for my California students to what you would pay in state there for one of the state schools potentially. Medicine is huge here. We have 4 hospitals, a pre-nursing, a pre-med program, and again, totally about 21,000 students, but we have been deemed the medical district because of how many medical facilities and programs we have. The top majors I'm seeing coming from the West Coast entail nursing, pre-med, pre-law, architecture, theater, STEM, psych, business, education. We have nearly 100 majors. So even if you don't quite know what your forte is, we're here to help. We have 400 student clubs and just overall passionate Midwestern values, which make it makes it easy for students to kind of find their way, even if you're 2,000 miles away from home. Diversity is so diverse at UIC that we actually don't even have numbers for it, but we're a premier campus for LGBTQ students, and we have won other awards or items of note for our inclusion practices. So we definitely don't tolerate hate, etc. at UIC. We have 40% first generation students, 33% multilingual, no ethnic or cultural majority, and again, about 21,000 undergrads, but we still make sure that the student faculty ratio is about 18:1 so that you get that one-on-one attention. These are some of the things that we're known for, or you may recognize even if you've never visited Chi-Town, as we call it. We do have about 8 dorms. We have apartments, so there's ample housing, safety protocols. We have a police station on site, etc. This is the ARC, which is one of our newer multi-million-dollar dorms, and it's probably my favorite. So again, laundry is free no matter where you stay. And our honors business students, for example, run or manage the Starbucks in this dorm. So pretty nice. We are also big on you guys doing social good, and these are things that'll look good on resumes, allow you to get references, etc. But we have 400 student clubs and then hundreds of student service-based clubs. So there's always something, even if you're not in education or a law or political science major, there's always something for you to get involved in. As far as those of you who may be interested in STEM programs, especially, we're a tier 1 research university. We bring in about $412 million in sponsored research. And no matter your major, you get to do or participate potentially in a $2,500 Lasuri grant. So even if you're an English major and are interested in something, you can find a professor and do that. As far as our app process, most of you are going to be undergrad or utilizing the Common App. So we're going to be test optional for fall 2022. We do have a $60 app fee, but we also have a waiver if you need it. It's on the Common App. And these are some of the things that we look for. Again, we have 86 different majors, so it's okay to come in undecided or not know exactly what you want to do. Transfer students who have gone to college have a little bit of a different process, which I won't go too deep into, but they utilize a web app. And then these are some of the major deadlines. So COVID has kind of shifted some of them, but you still can kind of see when you're applying, which if you're coming in as fall 2022, you would be applying this fall or kind of the end of summer. And then as far as paying for college, very briefly, we have a great financial aid team who's at money@uic.edu if you have questions, but we at UIC are public and we lock in our tuition for 4 years. So we do have a calculator on our website that I'm happy to email you if you email me, but please note that we lock in tuition. This is kind of our tuition rate without any financial aid. But again, the Merit Scholarship is the top scholarship that listed here that most of my California students take advantage of. This is our school code, which is 001776. And again, tuition is locked in for 4 years, which is huge. So as we get to the end here, guys, admissions.uic.edu is kind of our comprehensive website with everything you would need. You can reach me, and I definitely check my emails often, guys, at admissions@uic.edu. And then discover.uic.edu is kind of our Google of sorts, where you can actually chat with us, make appointments, view anything you'd like, etc. So I thank you so much for your time today, and we're excited to have you here. And I will pass you along back to our moderator, Becca. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have the University of Alaska Anchorage.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for being here with me tonight. I'm really excited to share with you a little bit about the University of Alaska Anchorage. I just want to remind everyone that this is a really brief presentation and it's more of an invitation to learn more about UAA. So I'll give you just a brief introduction, and I'll also link in the chat some ways to contact me and my colleagues further. So Anchorage is in Alaska. Anchorage is actually Alaska's largest city. We have approximately 300,000 people. And we consider ourselves to be in what we call the urban wild, because you have access to shopping, dining, arts, entertainment, those things that you've come to enjoy. But our downtown is a little bit different than what you might have experienced in the past, because the Iditarod runs right through our downtown. You can also take a trip to see the glaciers or the Northern Lights just outside the city. And we have over 100 miles of trail that intertwine throughout the city. So you really do have that access to adventure. We even have some really interesting elective courses and things like ice climbing and dog sledding, and you just can't do that at just any university. On campus at UAA, you will be a part of a thriving community of nearly 12,000 students, which makes us a mid-sized public comprehensive university. And so while we are rather large, we still maintain our smaller class sizes. So we have a 1:16 faculty student ratio, which means that about half of your classes have less than 20 students. But since we are somewhat large, we can still offer those maybe sports and activities that you come to enjoy. For example, we are Division I in hockey. We're also Division II in things like basketball, track and field, gymnastics. So you definitely will have that opportunity to get engaged in the student life that comes with going to the sporting events. And we have over 100 clubs on campus. So you'll find something that you can really gravitate towards. We just opened a new esports lounge. So lots of new exciting things happening at UAA. We do think that because we are able to offer this balance between quality and affordability, that's one of the reasons that we're ranked #1 for long-term return on investment amongst our peer institutions. So you might now be thinking, okay, that sounds pretty great, but do you have the program that I'm interested in? And as one of my colleagues mentioned before, it is great to go to a larger sized institution when you're not entirely sure what you want to major in. And UAA is just that. We offer 100 different degree options and lots of paths to explore all of those options. We have specialized first year advisors that can really help you determine what it is that you want to study. And it is really options for anybody who is kind of just on the fence. A lot of our students come in undeclared. We call them exploratory studies majors, and they're actually our most popular degree at the moment. We have very diverse course offerings that spread throughout our 5 colleges. And so business is a focus, engineering, health science, and then also specific college for natural sciences and humanities and social sciences, and then a specific college for community and technical education. So you can even do something like professional piloting at UAA, lots of options. And across all of them, we really value our emphasis on experiential learning. So one story I like to tell students is that our geology students actually have the opportunity to be helicoptered to the site location for one of their classes. Again, that's not something you can do at just any university. You have the opportunity to really get outside the classroom and study natural sciences in nature. So even if that's not your major, it's something that's fun to do when you're taking those breath courses and kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity. I alluded to our low tuition earlier, but this is kind of a better breakdown for you. Coming from California, you can see the cost of estimated cost of attendance for the University of California as an in-state student. And then you can see our WUI tuition for the University of Alaska Anchorage. And you can see that actually you have the potential to save money by going to UAA. It can be less expensive in terms of tuition and cost of living. So it definitely dispels that myth that it's always more expensive to go out of state. At UAA, we consider ourselves an open access university. So what that means is that we don't have any special requirements for WUI. You can know that you're going to be a WUI student because you know you're coming from California, and it's just that simple. And I'd be remiss if I didn't offer some opportunities for additional adventure, because yes, there are plenty of opportunities for adventure in Alaska, of course, but if you're going to Alaska, you're probably looking for adventure, and that can be outside the university as well. So if you want to study abroad, that's definitely available to you at UAA. We have a special partnership called the North to North Exchange that only Alaskan universities can participate in because we are in the North. I think also maybe one university in potentially Maine. And this is a special partnership for Arctic studies. So if you're someone who's interested in climate science, it can be a great opportunity for you. And then we also have semesters away. So feel free to look into that and also get into contact with me. So here are some ways that you can get into contact, and I will link the actual links in the chat for you. I look forward to speaking to all of y'all that are interested. Go Seawolves.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have Elon University.
Hi, thank you. My name is Mandy Corcoran. I'm the Regional Assistant Director for Admissions here at Elon University. I'm based in the San Francisco Bay Area. We also have another rep based in Southern California, Brittany Slaughter, who will be helping any students in Southern California. So with that, let's talk about Elon. So Elon is located in Elon, North Carolina. We are a mid-sized private liberal arts university with just under 6,300 undergraduates. We are a true college town, but we are within 5 minutes of Burlington and 45 minutes within two major airports, one in Greensboro and one in Raleigh-Durham. Also, not just to get from the West Coast over to the East Coast, but also for opportunities for internships while being a full-time student with having that close proximity to two cities. Elon is very much focused on liberal arts core curriculum and global citizenship, as well as an open curriculum for exploration. So let's talk about our four different components, that make up our core curriculum. So we have strong programs in our College of Arts and Sciences that are things like psychology, biology, theater, and music production. We have a top 50 business school with strong programs in finance, accounting, and entrepreneurship. Our School of Communications is known for its strengths in journalism, cinema and television arts, and sport management. And then our School of Education really focuses on hands-on teaching right in your first year. So getting into that classroom within your first year. One of our students' favorite aspects about our curriculum is that you do not need to apply separately to each of our four different schools. So there's no secondary application once you get to Elon. The only exception to this is our performing arts. But what this means is that you're able to come in undecided or decided and explore all of our different curriculum. You can take classes, you can double major, you can minor, you could have multiple majors and multiple minors across our different curriculum. So really access to study whatever you want and to really truly pursue that passion at Elon. So now that you know kind of about our programs, let's talk about our community. So community is something you're going to hear all the time at Elon. Anytime you talk to somebody about Elon, we're going to talk about the Elon community because we really believe in those personal connections. So again, just to remind you, we have an undergraduate population of just under 6,300 students, and about 80% of those students are actually coming from out of state. So you are not going to be the only student coming from out of state. And California actually is number 10 in the states represented at our university. So much that we have a West Coast student ambassador team that is ready and excited to help answer all of your questions and help you transition from the West Coast over to the East Coast. We do require students to live on campus for the first 2 years. We have that residential community, but about 70% of our students actually live on all 4 years. So coming over from the West Coast, you don't necessarily have to worry about navigating outside of the campus for housing, and you can bring your car if you would like to and have a car all 4 years on campus. We have 8 residential neighborhoods that students are living in, 5 our first years are living in, which have kind of a more of a theme of community as well as personality. And you will not be bored with over 284 clubs and organizations on our campus and 17 Division I sports. The average Elon student is in about 2 to 3 different things outside of their academic major. So all of this combines together to create this really exciting inside the classroom experience with the outside the classroom experience to really create outstanding outcomes. So let's talk about that a little bit. So inside the classroom, we have an average class size of 20, a student to faculty ratio of 12:1, and 100% of our classes are taught by faculty. And all of our classes are capped at 33. So really having that small classroom experience where we get to lean into our philosophy of teaching here at Elon, which is teaching through mentoring. So at Elon, you really collect mentors, everything from me as your first mentor to those peer mentors and those student ambassadors to faculty mentors and then additional staff and peers as you are here at Elon that really lead to those experiences beyond Elon. We also require all of our students to have experiential learning. So that is something that is pretty unique to Elon. So let's talk about that. So this comes in the shape and form of our Elon experiences. Now these experiences, as you've heard from many of my colleagues, are not unique to Elon, but the fact that we require students to complete 2 out of the 5 of these experiences before they graduate is pretty unique. So let's talk about each of these just a little bit and elaborate and kind of who participates in these. So we are the #1 private university in the nation for study abroad. So if you are looking for study abroad and that is on your list, please keep Elon on your list. Our goal is for all students to be able to study abroad, and about 79% of our students do study abroad, and an additional 12% will go on to one of our Study USA centers. 88% of our students are completing internships. 23% are going to research, and this is one-on-one faculty mentored research. 87% are participating in service learning, and 55% hold a significant leadership position across campus. This leads to some outstanding outcomes that 95% of our students are employed in graduate school, completing internships or in a service organization, and 92% are related to that career objective. So coming to Elon, exploring all our different majors, finding that passion, exploring that passion, and then creating success on the outcome on post-graduation. How do you become a part of our community? These are all the things we're looking for. We are testing optional for the next 3 years. So juniors, do not worry about that testing optional. Definitely relax in that. Our early action and early decision deadlines are November 1st. So we do have one that's binding, one that's not. We also have regular decision for January 10th. And again, we have these amazing West Coast student ambassadors that I would love to connect you with. I will definitely put my information into the chat, as well as to put where you can find our West Coast student information as well. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Next up, we have the University of Pittsburgh.
Thanks, Becca. Hi, everyone. My name is Kelsey, and I am the Assistant Director for Recruitment at Pitt, and I am based in Southern California, but I work with all of our California students. So I'm excited to be here today to tell you a little bit about one of my favorite cities in the country and about what our campus has to offer for you. So if you are not familiar with Pitt or Pittsburgh, our campus is located about 3 miles from downtown Pittsburgh in a neighborhood called Oakland. It is a very urban environment, yet there's lots of green space and grass for you to hang out on. And lots going on with, within the community. I think someone is unmuted accidentally. Sorry for the background noise. Hey, Becca. Oh, I think you might be unmuted, but I'll keep going. The city of Pittsburgh has a wonderful cuisine and food and arts and entertainment for you to really take advantage of as a student. So we want you to get out and explore the city and take advantage of all it has to offer, because it is part of our campus, even though we're not located directly on it. So we do give free public transportation to all students in Pittsburgh, and this is going to be a great way for you to navigate the city and access different things without a car. We are almost 50% out of state at Pitt, and the cool thing about that is there are going to be thousands of other students coming from near and far that can go explore the city with you and take advantage of all it has to offer. It's extremely affordable, it's easy to navigate, and it's absolutely beautiful during the 4 different seasons that you will see. But I'm going to jump in next to our academic opportunities and how that is structured at Pitt. So we have over 100 different majors for you to choose from, and we split students up into 5 entry-level schools. So the schools are our School of Arts and Sciences, which is going to be our largest with over 60 different majors, our Swanson School of Engineering, which has 10 majors, our College of Business Administration, our School of Computing and Information, and our School of Nursing. Within each of these schools, there are no impacted majors. So as long as you are admitted into one, you can study in any major within them and take any courses. So that really gives you an opportunity to explore and figure out what's the best fit for you. To help you figure that out, we are going to give you lots of different academic opportunities. So we do have a guaranteed internship program at Pitt, as well as a wonderful co-op program for a lot of our STEM majors, but you do not have to be in STEM to participate in that. We do have undergraduate research. So just under $1 billion every year we give to our students to participate in research, and you can start as early as your freshman year at Pitt. We have 6 teaching hospitals directly on our campus, as well as dozens within the surrounding area. So we really encourage you, if you are in any of the health sciences, to go shadow and get experience in the hospital to really figure out if that's what you want to do for the rest of your life, or even just to help you narrow down what you might want to do for the rest of your life. We have over 350 study abroad programs. So we have our traditional semester programs. Our Maymester is extremely popular. We always end classes the last week of April. So our students currently on campus are nearing the end right now. They're in the middle of finals, so that you can have a full 3+ month summer. And that gives you an opportunity to study abroad, as well as those internships and co-ops, or just going home and seeing your family for an extended period of time. Some of the best parts about being a student at Pitt is going to be that student life experience. So we want you to get involved and meet your peers and find your home away from home. And you can do this through lots of different ways on campus. We have hundreds of student organizations for you to get involved with. As a freshman, there will be a student organization fair where every organization on campus will come out and you can explore and see which ones are of interest to you and try them all. We have a great program called Pitt Arts, which really immerses students into that arts and entertainment scene around our campus. So this is going to be an opportunity for you, if you want to go to a Broadway show, to get free or discounted tickets. You'd go with a group of students who were also interested in this program or show. You'll go out to dinner treated by a faculty member. You'll get to meet the cast afterwards. So if that's something that's of interest to you, this program is awesome for our students. We do guarantee housing, so we know you guys specifically are going to be coming from far, and we want you to be able to live on campus. Everything you need will be walkable to you, and to kind of get yourself really integrated into that Pitt community from day one. We also are Division I in the sports in ACC, so it's a great opportunity for you to kind of have that school spirit. Pitt, I always say, win or lose, they have amazing school spirit, and you can feel that when you walk around our campus. I'm going to finish up by telling you a little bit about how to become a Panther and just some key pointers to remember for when it is your time to apply to college. We are on 3 different application platforms, so you can pick whichever one is easiest for you. It does not matter. We are test optional in every single program. We're rolling admission, so apply early. It's super beneficial to you. Our application opens August 1st, and then we review students on a rolling basis. There are a couple key deadlines. These might change in the future, so just check your senior year what those are. But my time is running out, so one last thing on our application, we do have guaranteed admissions programs, so be sure to check those out. And if you have any additional questions at Pitt, I am more than happy to help, and there is my contact information. So thank you, and thanks for coming tonight.
Thank you, Kelsey. And last but not least, we have Marist University. Take it away.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. My name is Corinne Schell, and I am director. Oh, let me get it going here. Okay. So sorry. Again, my name is Corinne Schell. I'm director of West Coast Admission at Marist College, which is located in Poughkeepsie, New York, approximately an hour and a half north of New York City. We are located right on the banks of the Hudson River. The picture that you're looking at here is of our campus from the Hudson. I call it the Academic Country Club. It's an absolutely stunning campus that offers strong academic programs as well as a wonderful social location for our students, everything from clubs and organizations to our sport teams. So let me, and my next slide is, hopefully it will, okay. Hear this? Kelsey, let me know.
Welcome to Marist College, a liberal arts college bridging the traditions of the past with the tools of the future. Drawing inspiration from the historical, cultural, and artistic heritage of the Hudson River Valley, and supported by a unique partnership with its neighbor, IBM, Marist College holds fast to the timeless values of its rich heritage, while embracing advanced technology in the service of education. A century ago, the Marist brothers came to the Hudson River Valley to train young men to continue the brothers' vocation as great educators. The Marist Order was founded on the principles of higher human values, dedication to service, and excellence in education. Today, Marist is a private, independent college, but the ideals instilled by the Marist brothers nearly a century ago remain a central part of the college's mission. student clubs are required to provide community services, and the college continues to emphasize the role of helping others as an integral part of the liberal arts experience. The Marist faculty challenges students to examine the ethical implications of the issues they analyze and encourage them to explore ways in which academic excellence may be enhanced by information and communications technology. Recognized among an elite group of colleges that promote leadership and character development, and with a national reputation for excellence in the use of technology in the classroom, Marist College produces graduates who are ethically aware, culturally connected, and technologically prepared for immediate and long-term success in the rapidly changing environment of the 21st century.
So again, that kind of gives you a rough idea about Marist and what we're all about. We are known as the Marist Red Foxes, which is our mascot. We have a little over 5,100 undergraduate students. Maximum class size will always be 35. Once you get more into your particular field of study, you'll have anywhere from 5, 10, 15, 20 students in a class. No teaching assistant, no lecture halls. All of our classes taught by faculty, and you can be guaranteed by the third or fourth class, faculty know who you are by name. Our students are represented from 47 different states, 64 countries, and student to teacher ratio 16:1. 98% of our students upon graduation within 6 months are either employed or in grad school. And then this is a listing of the different majors that we offer. Very popular are business administration. We also have concentrations within business for finance, human resource management, international business, and marketing. We actually have an investment center on campus, so our students are trading on Wall Street Monday through Friday with real money. We have a wonderful fashion program, design and merchandising. We are 5th in the country, 25th in the world. Internships, Salvatore Ferragamo, Gucci, Prada, Scotta, Kate Spade. Communications, everything from sports communication, advertising, public relations. We have computer science, from game design to cybersecurity to information system. We have a great professional program from everything from pre-med, pre-vet, pre-dental, pre-health, and of course, pre-law. And then here's some of our classrooms. I'm gonna go quick. Internships, very big piece of the Marist experience. More than 83% of our students will do some type of internship while they are students at Marist. However, students do well more than one internships, anything from 0 credits up through 9. And then here's some of our big ones: DC program with partnership with American University. You can do internships at the White House, Congress, media outlets. Our Marist in Manhattan program, live in New York, in college housing, get to experience what it's like to live and work in New York. More than half of our students study abroad at some point during their college career, to well over 70 different destinations around the world. And then we do have 2 first-year programs that you can do as a freshman. Our freshman Dublin experience at the Dublin Business College, and then at our campus in Florence, Italy. So every year we have between 20 and 40 students that will do either one. We do have a campus in Florence, Italy. It's Marist campus. We offer a bachelor's degree program over there. I will provide you with additional information. I'm running short on my time. Division I for sports, 23 varsity, 12 women, 11 men, well over 80 different clubs and organizations. We have intramural sports as well as club sports. 96% of our students reside on campus. Some of our housing picture is located on the left. And then we have a summer pre-college program, which is amazing. And then we do have the standard Common App, our Marist application, the coalition, and then our deadlines. So thank you so very much. And I will now send it back to our facilitator, Becca.
Thank you. All right, we have one final piece of the presentation. So if everyone could come back on to your camera, we'll go in the order in which you presented. If each of you could share an interesting or fun fact about your school. We'll start with the Ohio State University.
All right, cool. So yeah, fun fact, let's see. We're known as a land grant, but we're also known as a sea grant and a space grant university. And Ohio State's the #1 producer of Fulbright scholars in the nation.
Very cool. University of Illinois at Chicago.
So if anyone has ever visited Chicago or has heard about it, it's deemed the Windy City. So I recently found out we have a pair of, I believe they're called peregrine falcons that have nested there. And they're birds that when they're after prey, whatever it is they want, they're the fastest birds in the world. They can reach 240 miles an hour, which is crazy. So I guess that's why they live in the Windy City. But I think that's an interesting fact that they nest there.
That is really interesting. University of Alaska Anchorage.
Fun fact, our mascot is a seawolf, which is not necessarily a real creature, but we fondly appreciate it, and it heralds our fun hockey events. So,
love it. Elon University.
Yeah, we are actually a certified botanical garden and arboretum. So not only are you coming to one of the most beautiful campuses, you're also going to be engaging and learning within that, not only for our Elon students, but also for our surrounding community and, technically the world, because who doesn't want to experience a beautiful botanical garden?
Very cool. University of Pittsburgh.
So on our campus, we have a building called the Cathedral of Learning, and it is 43 stories tall, and it's the second tallest educational building in the world. But something that really cool happens is they have victory lights on top. So whenever we win a big football or basketball game, the victory lights light up and you can see them all over the city. So it's pretty exciting.
Wow. And last but not least, Marist College.
Thank you. Marist College is also considered an arboretum, and I have to, it's just a little personal fun fact. I am a Marist grad, my husband's son, daughter, sister, niece, nephew, twin nieces. So a little passion about Marist and all of our students.
Love it. You kept it in the family. That is awesome. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. When you close this window, you will be routed to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. This is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for more. You will find this session recording probably early next week, as well as all other session recordings at strivescan.com/RACC. Thank you so much. A special thank you to our panelists, and have a wonderful rest of your evening. Take care.